Section 5 is titled Challenges and Concerns Arising from Technology. And there's a lot of terminology in this last section, and you probably are familiar with most of it or have a general idea of it. But malware is a general term for malicious software. And some of these malicious software are spyware, computer virus, and worm. So spyware is software, and it's installed on a computer without the user knowing it, and it tracks the user's behavior. It can track your keystrokes, which means that it can see your passwords that you're entering and steal your identity. It can also follow what websites you visit. So basically it does what it says. It spies on you. Computer viruses this is computer software that can be spread from one computer to another without the knowledge or permission of the computer's users. It attaches itself to emails or other files. So if you receive a file, let's say through email, and that file has a virus, and then you download that file, and then your computer can catch that virus, and that virus can destroy your memory. It can wipe out the memory of your computer, or it may take information from your computer that's personal information and share that information so that it's harmful to you and your identity could be stolen. Worm is malicious software that, unlike viruses, it can spread on its own by using well-known vulnerabilities, which are unsecured points to enter computer networks. And it doesn't have to be attached to other files like a computer virus. Here are some ways you can protect yourself from this malware. Perform regular backups. Make sure you do that, just in case something happens to your computer. So I recommend having your data stored in a separate place as a backup. Make sure you have high quality antivirus and spyware software, and make sure you keep it updated. Update your operating system regularly so that any security holes it contains are patched as soon as possible. So remember backups, spyware, antivirus software. Update your operating system. Don't open email messages or attachments if you don't know and trust the sender. And then don't download files from websites unless you're sure they're legitimate. So this is in your textbook, but these are great ways to protect yourself. A number of security concerns, security annoyances, and legal and ethical issues have resulted from rapid technological developments, including malware. Spam, of course, we all get spam in our emails. These are unsolicited email advertisements, usually sent to very large numbers of recipients, many whom have no interest in the message. Spam clogs email inboxes, and making it a tough task for people to find legitimate messages, and you probably have experienced this. Phishing is another way in which spam's used. Is a scam in which official-looking emails are sent to individuals in an attempt to get them to divulge private information such as passwords, usernames, and account numbers. Show you a phishing example. Okay, so it says one account, all of Google, sign in to continue to Gmail. It looks just like a Google message. And so here is exactly what happened. The Gmail users were prompted to sign into their accounts again. Okay, so they have that Google looking graphic. So what happened was they received an email that looked as if it was sent from someone they knew. And when they clicked on the attachment, they got this form, this Google looking graphic. And then a new tab opened in their web browsers. So the Gmail users were then prompted to sign into their accounts again to continue to Gmail. So some users noticed that the URL was different, and it had this data text at the beginning, and then the HTML instead of the normal HTTPS accounts.google.com. So some caught that, some were not. And so what they ended up doing, those that were not, they ended up giving their Google account password. So it's very important to be skeptical of these types of email requests. And then pharming is a scam that seeks to steal identities by routing internet traffic to fake websites. So pharming uses fake websites really just to trick people to divulge their personal or financial information. One way to help with this is to make sure the site is secure, the website. So look for HTTPS. S means that it's secure. Hackers or skilled computer users who use their expertise to gain unauthorized access to the computer of others, sometimes with malicious intent. Hackers who intend to cause harm are referred to as black hat hackers, and these hackers try to disrupt business or break into computer systems to steal identities. A firewall is an important tool to guard against hackers and other threats. It's a software and a hardware designed to prevent unwanted access to a computer or a computer system. And firewalls have been commonplace as there's an increasing number of threats on the internet. And I do want to mention there is an article in the book that it's called Pixels, the Sneaky But Clever Way Your Email is Tracked. Be sure to read that. I thought that was very interesting, and you may not be aware of this, so definitely read that. Last slide is on ethical and legal issues. There are a number of complicated and controversial ethical and legal issues that have arisen from information technology. Personal privacy. Firms are tracking customer behavior to offer better services, but personal privacy has decreased as the tracking and analysis of customer behavior have increased. On the plus side, this has helped firms offer more personalized services. Intellectual property is property that is the result of creative or intellectual efforts such as books, musical works, inventions, and computer software. Intellectual property is protected by copyright law, and it's also threatened by piracy. And just to better explain that, so the text definition of piracy, it occurs when someone reproduces and distributes copyrighted work without obtaining permission from or providing compensation to the owner of the copyrighted material. Okay, so here is an example. A growing trend in intellectual property crime is the illegal use of internet protocol television. So basically what they do is they sell these set-top boxes so you can play or stream illegally. Another example is video games. And I just thought this was interesting. While it's unclear how many piracy affects the video game industry today, how much piracy, Pirate servers in 2020 allowed 20,000 gamers per day to illegally play World of Warcraft without paying subscription fees. So that's just an example there of how much it affects that industry.